Beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane, and I do readings for the Pisces Collective. The cards that were pulled out for today was the Four of Pentacles and the card of Empowerment. Now, those are so linked together that I was almost thinking of doing them together, because the stuff that they talk about in this card is so connected to the Four of Pentacles and the image that it brings forward. So I'm going to give you a little bit of that, but I'm ultimately going to do a full reading on this one. Okay? And it says, you have many strengths, yet you allow others and things and yourself to take away your power. And this right here, that sentence just kind of says it all. Okay? When your words are dismissed, when your actions are mocked, okay? You don't stand up and be counted. You hold on to things and just, hold them close. So I'm going to stop there, because I'm going to do more in depth on the Empowerment card and how you can regain that power, okay? So, but this is really talking about that. This week is, I felt as I was thinking about it and looking at it, it's all about regaining or never letting the power escape you again. I feel that in your life, maybe you've been very possessive of how far you had come without wanting to take too many steps forward. Like you're building boundaries for everything and thinking that these boundaries are going to guarantee stability. Yet in the last couple of weeks, we have been looking at the head and the center and the stability, which makes you up as a whole person. And you are slowly, this picture is very different than the one that came from the reading yesterday. What was from the regular Four of Pentacles, where he's clearly really like holding on to stuff, like I'm holding on to this and I'm not letting it go. I'm very possessive. In this part where he's almost like, you see him literally leaning and looking down to the center, almost questioning, is this really worth it? All this control. Have I been limiting the possibilities that are available to me? And that is what we're going to be looking at in this card and in this week and in these readings. That's the work you're going to be doing, okay? To finally, once and for all, stop fooling yourself about what stability means, okay? So that when the spark of the new moon in Sagittarius comes in and brings in that energy, you're gonna tap into that instead of just sitting here and going, no, it's okay, I'll pass because I don't want to, I don't want to rock the boat. Okay? So this heart center that came in, and I was speaking of that yesterday, I was talking the heart center, the heart of you. You're also looking down at the center of you, the energy field, not just the mind that's controlling everything, your other energy field, okay? Look at that protection. Beautiful. And hope also flipped over. So let's look at those, okay? The fairies of protection are shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. You can do that. A simple angels, guides, protect me usually works. But I feel like it's more saying that you are protected, okay? It's also saying, by having these words on this card, it's also making me feel like saying you have been in that protection, feeling you need that protection to make sure that nothing bad happens. You know what I mean? Because I usually, for cards like these, I don't usually like, I don't practice that type of thing. I know a lot of people believe in like casting protection stuff, but I feel that your own energy within you, you have your own protection. You have your guides. You have your past loved ones who are constantly there to protect you. The only person who can let negativity in is you, by letting it in, by thinking about it. Okay? By thinking you need protection is when you need protection. Okay? So, it's kind of a double entendre. In other words, it's like saying that if you believe that you need to control the situation because something will go bad, well, ultimately something will go bad, right? Same thing. Hope. Hope is always there, even if we can't see it. Optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation into a positive one. So there you go. So you can, if you can keep your positive energy field, such as right here, like I said, your center, instead of your mind going back and forth, you can find the route into freeing yourself, to empower yourself. And that is really what we have been looking at. That's what we're going to be looking at all week long. I'm drinking something here, Pisces. So it's empowering you, empowering your 4 points and centering on the heart and the stability of who you are instead of what you think you are. Okay? And not to try to control like you did in the past so that things escaped you. The stability that you have fostered in other words, like controlling the situation at all cost, has, I think, cost some. Well, this week you're going to be thinking of what that has cost you. But I'm also here to tell you what that has taught you. Okay? Everything is about learning. Everything is about teaching. Being the student and the teacher and understanding all the stuff that comes in. Okay? All the stuff that you've been through has made you wiser. But now is time to get off the pot. Okay? Literally, get off of there. You are protected. And you should always take a few steps forward and believe that the best was going to happen to you. Have hope in your heart that things are going to work out for you. Okay? Ooh, there's that boundaries card. There's a devil. There's a little devil. There's a little devil that holds you down. There is one deck. It's not devil, it's death. But I can't help but I think it's is it the before tarot or the after tarot that you see death with his sigh coming through for the 4 of Pentacles. And I love this card so much because when you hold on too tightly, you're begging for towers, you're begging for transformation, you're begging for something to come in and rattle you and shake you out of your seat. Okay? The devil this is the trick of this 4 of Pentacles. He's here to tell you that he's tricking you into believing that by holding on and taking control of something, that you actually are freeing yourself from the chains of unpredictability and the what ifs. We're going to be talking a lot about the what ifs because it's this devil you know, and I said that before I said it in the reading. It's the devil you know. I know this devil. I know I'm chained here. Okay? For me it was a job, you know? Yeah, I know I'm chained here. At one point I remember making a joke where I was, and I said, everybody was going out of the building except me. I was the only one who was always stuck being in the building. Couldn't go outside. Like, had my 4 hours and my lunch and then another 4 hours, or etc. plus whatever. And then I never left. Everybody else was leaving on, assignments or stuff like that. And I was just stuck there. And I said, when I sit here, I feel like literally I have these chains that are wrapped around my body and I can't go anywhere. And I could see it in my mind and I could feel it in my energy field. Okay? But I thought, this is a paycheck. I can I can rely on it. It's giving me the stability, but it's a very small thing. Okay? It's only the 4. It's not like a 10. It's a 4. And it's a restrictive 4. So things are not what they appear to be. This false sense of protection that I thought, this job is something I can rely on. I'm guaranteed those hours every week. Okay? This is the kind of stuff. Because, oh, if I was to change something, it would shake the foundation of the stuff that I knew, of the devil that I knew. And yeah, I didn't like him. Yeah, it was painful to go see him every day. But I knew him. I knew what he was, right? And to hope for something, to be optimistic for something new, was something that was very scary. Very scary, okay? So this is your time, Pisces. Your time to stop deceiving yourself into thinking that the stability, the devil you know, is better than the one you don't. Okay? Right? Look at this. This 9. This 9 is like my nightmares. My anxiety is so stressful. I worry. I overthink about everything. The negative thoughts are taking hold. What if this devil disappeared? What if I was left with nothing at all? At least the devil, I knew him, right? But instead, you just live in that anxiety, that pain of I've got to go back to him every day, right? And I'm not talking about relationship, although it could apply. It could apply here. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about my devil of my job. That's the example I'm using right now in case you're you just tuned in and this is where you're at. The devil you know every day. That's painful. That kind of chips away at your energy and your life. Yet, you just keep going. Yeah, all of those came out all at once. Okay? The thing is a Chariot, and especially in this card, these sphinxes, whatever you want to call them, they're laying down. They're not moving. Okay? They're not going anywhere. But you're thinking of it. You're thinking of it. You're thinking of that new seed, that new cycle. There it is. You see it? Do you see the journey here? Do you see it? I'm going to plant that. Then my luck's going to change, right? All of this. This is the hope. This is the inspired thinking that you need to be doing. This is a spark that you need to be giving the energy to. When you give the energy to that spark this week, and for the rest of your life, hopefully, you're growing something that is more attractive than the fake stability that you've created all these years. It incites you to do the action. You're tempted past your fears. Yeah, there you go. Being tempted past your usual fears, your usual boundaries. You free yourself of the cycles into new ones. You have to free yourself of him to get to this one. Okay? Yeah. You have to free yourself of your fears. Your fear of movement. Your fear of whether or not that's going to grow. Your fear of whether or not the cycle's going to move in your direction. You have to get past all of that stuff. How do you do that? You have here the Temperance card. The Temperance card is inviting you to bring about balance. Have patience as well with yourself. Tap into your guides, your angels. Tap into divine thought, divine help. combine, compromise, do what you have to, integrate until things shift in another direction. Okay? Put spiritual and your energy field and your energy drive and your alignment first in your life. Pay attention to it. If you keep coming back to this stuff, you're not creating a comfortable spot for yourself. You know it. Even this guy knows it. Look at him. He's looking down going, yeah, something needs to change. Something needs to change. You can almost feeling shifting in this card. This is a very different Four of Pentacles. It's very interesting the way these readings are coming through this week, Pisces. It's almost like saying, go ahead and empower yourself now. And the rest of the week, it's almost like it's saying, and don't now take your power away by wishing you had done this before because you've gained so much insight. But they're definitely saying that it's time to break the change. It's time to do what you need to. Okay? The video that I've done for talking about Saturn coming into Pisces for the members talks a lot about clearing everything that needs to be cleared within your field before this happens. Because if you don't, you're going to get stuck with stuff. If you keep sweeping stuff under the rug, it's going to be painful. Okay? So this is why these cards and these readings keep coming back and asking you to clear your fears, to clear the self, to clear. This is for everybody who needs it. That's why you're not getting readings of everything's fantastic, keep walking and keep sweeping all the crap under the rug and everything's going to be wonderful. That's why these readings don't sound like this. Because they're telling you, now's the time to do the work. Do the work. It's good work. It's fantastic work and it's going to help you so, so much. Okay? So, what are you protecting yourself from? Protection. What are you protecting yourself from? You don't need protection. You are protected. Okay? You're feeling it within this control mechanism that you've developed. It's time to look at things with hope. It's time to free yourself from the devil you know so that you can free yourself from these anxiety and fears that you feel every day and justify doing because it's the devil you know. It's time to find the drive. It's time to awaken those sphinx and tell them to let's go. Let's do this, right? Let's plant that seed. Let's give it everything it needs and hope for the best. Hope for the best, okay? And believe that the Wheel of Fortune is going to spin, the cycle is going to spin in a very positive way and rebalance you. That is what you need to be thinking about. That's what you need to be focusing on right now. Okay, my beautiful ones? All right, so this is going to be this reading. I'm going to come back and do the empowerment card that I was talking about. So great. They're going to help you some more. So, thanks for being here. I always usually ask you to write something in the comment section. And I feel like, I don't know. I feel like asking you, it's like I'm willing to take a chance. That's what I want you to write. I'm willing to take a chance on the very best things in my life. On the very best things in my life. I'm willing to take a chance on the very best things in my life. Okay? So let's try that. And sit with the sentence. And sit with the thought. And find out what that means to you. Okay? Beyond him. Beyond him. What if you had no boundaries? What would be the best thing for you in your life right now? So I'm going to let you go. Love, light, and blessings. I'll be back. Take good care of yourself, Pisces.